Hey guys, as I didn't get to finish all my Rue Morgues and that, I'm just going to do the second part and just carry on what I got on my list. Right, this one is, I think, was one of the few of the Rue Morgue covers that has a musician on it. I know they did one for the Cramps, and this one's for Danzig. Not a big fan myself, so I wasn't really interested, but there's still, I mean, that's the thing with Rue Morgue, is once you're into it, you don't really, there's always something in it. I mean, this one doesn't sound like there is, because you've got All About Danzig, interview with their photo guy, and the guy who does their art. I mean, the art is always awesome. True Blood, not really interested in that, but the Survival of the Dead at Home with George Romero, so there you go. As well as the usual stuff like reviews and all sorts. Then we have the 7th anniversary Halloween issue, which is all about Clive Barker. Another very, very thick one. Obviously Clive Barker is a legend, so this is all about his art. I think he was releasing an art book around this time, but there's also a thing about horror comics, and there's a thing about some artists. There's some awesome art, I don't know if you can see that. This one I've hardly even dug into, to be fair. All about trauma. I'd show that, but it has tits. So. Right, then we have Fido. Fucking amazing movie. This is one of the most, probably the most recent one I got, which is all about Fright Night revisited and revamped. But it's really cool because the first one's one of my favourite movies, and yeah, it was really nice to see it in Rue Morgue. Then we have the last Rue Morgue that I've got here anyway. I'm thinking it must be all of them, but yeah. One of my favourite issues is the 11th anniversary Halloween issue, or edition, or whatever you want to call it, with Forrest J. Ackerman, and all about the famous monsters of Filmland, which I think is awesome. Not being around the era when those comics are, and not having owned any yet, it's really cool to read about them. There's also a thing like going through all the Treehouse of Horrors, the Simpsons episodes. That's kind of cool. Some artwork. What else is this? Oh, 50 years of essential gore films, so you guys would probably like that. And yeah, it's just, there's an interview with Forrest, and there's an interview with people who knew him, and Basil Gogos. So yeah, it's really good, and really cool graphics. And luckily the place I bought this from obviously looked after their comics, their magazines really well, because I bought these recently and they're in fucking pristine condition. But I mean, I'm a complete monster kid. I just love this kind of stuff. I mean, annoyingly, I like the visuals. I like the reading as well, and the reading's up to scratch in Rue Morgue. But things like Fangoria, there's too much reading and not enough style, not images. And I know that sounds really, what's the word? I suppose superficial, but that's just the way I am. I mean, to me, the horror's always been about images, so that's what keeps me coming, and Rue Morgue never disappoint. As I've still got some time in this video, I'll show you a book I got recently called The Encyclopedia of Horror. It's an absolutely brilliant book. Got it on eBay for a couple of quid, and it's got a foreword by Peter Cushing, which is kind of cool. But I mean, look at that. I mean, it's old, but you don't get books like this anymore. I want to get the new John Landis one, because that looks cool, but you just don't get books this cool anymore, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I mean, look, that's just cool. The introduction done in the shape of a coffin. It's awesome. And this goes all the way through, like, the early stuff, and then goes through just, like, about how it was influencing art, let alone before movies. And then you got Frankenstein. Obviously, it just goes all the way through. I think it hits... Where does it get to? I need to sit down with this a bit longer. It's Hammer, H.P. Lovecraft, The Cars That Ate Paris. It's got a comic catalogue. Didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I don't know how late it's gone. It's got THX113. So sorry about this. Goes up to 1970. Can't do. Surely TX. I thought TXX was a lot more recent than that. Oh well. Yeah. So yeah, really cool book. If you can pick it up, it's put out by Hamlin, I think, Hamlin Books, and it's called The Encyclopedia of Horror, edited by Richard Davis, foreword by Peter Cushing. You pick it up, it's nice and thick. I don't know how many pages. Good 200 pages, yeah. It's full colour. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Bye.